Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a woman walking alone, not lost but deliberate. Her steps echo in the quiet corridors of her life. There is no circle of friends surrounding her, no crowd to validate her existence, yet she exudes a peculiar strength. Calm, self-contained and resolute, her journey invites us to ponder a profound question. What does it mean to live this way? Is it isolation, or is it freedom? Let us begin by exploring the concept of solitude. For many, solitude is a shadow of loneliness, a void to be filled, but in truth, solitude is a mirror. In the absence of others, we see ourselves as we are, unmasked and undistorted. The woman with no friends is not necessarily unloved or forgotten. Rather, she has discovered something most of us avoid, the company of her own mind. She has cultivated the rare and precious friendship with herself. In a world that measures worth by the number of hands we shake, she has chosen to extend her hand inward. She dines with her thoughts, laughs at her quirks, and forgives her faults. This isn't selfishness, it's self-awareness, a prerequisite for authentic connection. Society often paints a grim picture of a friendless existence. Togetherness is glorified as the ultimate goal, as though belonging to a group defines our purpose. Yet how many friendships are built on convenience rather than genuine understanding? How many are bound by a mutual fear of solitude? The woman with no friends is unshackled by this illusion. She is not chasing the approval of a crowd, she is walking her own path. Imagine a solitary tree standing in the middle of a vast plain. It has no forest to lean on, no neighboring trunks for support, yet its roots run deep. It bends with the wind, drinks from the earth, and stands unyielding against the storm. This woman is like that tree, not weak but resilient. Her strength is drawn from the depths of her soul. Paradoxically, the capacity to be alone is what prepares us for true connection. When we are no longer desperate for companionship, we approach relationships not as beggars seeking fulfillment, but as whole beings, sharing our abundance. The woman with no friends is not closed off, she is simply unwilling to settle for anything less than genuine bond. Her story is not one of emptiness, but of liberation. Without the distractions of shallow friendships, she is free to think, to feel, to grow. She does not conform to the rhythm of the crowd, she dances to her own music. And perhaps that is her greatest gift to the world. The reminder that solitude is not the absence of company, but the presence of self. Next time you see her walking alone, do not pity her. She has found something many of us are still searching for: peace in her own skin. Solitude is often misunderstood. When people hear the word, they think of loneliness, a vast echoing void where one feels incomplete, isolated, or even abandoned. But solitude is not an empty room, it is a mirror. Unlike a conventional mirror that reflects only the surface, solitude reveals the layers beneath, the essence of who we are without the noise of external voices. In our daily lives, we are constantly surrounded by opinions, expectations, and distractions. Friends, family, and colleagues, while meaningful, can act as filters, altering how we see ourselves. When we are perpetually in the company of others, it becomes easy to define ourselves through their eyes. Am I liked? Am I successful? Am I enough? These questions are often answered not from within, but by seeking external affirmation. In solitude, there is no one else to answer. It is just you, stripped of societal roles, masks, and the validation you seek. In this space, solitude begins its transformative work. Alone, you are free to confront your thoughts, feelings, and fears without judgment. This can be uncomfortable, even frightening at first. After all, how often do we truly allow ourselves to sit with the unfiltered reality of who we are? Solitude acts as a mirror, reflecting not just the parts of ourselves we like to show the world, but also the parts we've hidden away. It shows us our strengths, vulnerabilities, and the areas where we are still growing. In this reflection, we begin to understand that our worth is not contingent on how others perceive us. We are enough, not because someone said so, but because we have taken the time to see it for ourselves. The beauty of solitude is that it does not demand anything from us. There is no need to impress, explain, or justify. It is a space of pure being, where we can explore our passions, ponder our questions, and reconnect with the things that make us feel alive. It allows us to rediscover our own voices, the quiet whispers of intuition and creativity that often get drowned out in the noise of the world. In solitude, we can hear the music of our own thoughts, the melody that guides us to our true selves. The woman who walks alone has embraced this freedom. She is not bound by societal expectations or the need for constant validation. Her path is not defined by others, but carved by her own choices. This independence is not loneliness, It is empowerment.